the community for over 2 decades. In fact, he was at first he served as a member of parliament for this very riding. Now he serves as our mayor. Please welcome His Worship Maurizio Bevilacqua, the mayor of City of Vaughan.
Assalamu alaikum. Mr. President, Your Holiness, on behalf of over 325,000 people who probably call the City of Vaughan their home, I once again welcome you to this wonderful city of Vaughan. We have been waiting your visit, your 6-week visit. This is the longest, I understand, and it's the 4th visit to Canada by His Holiness, and as I said earlier, the longest one. You know, we often hear when we talk about this community, we hear, love for all, hatred for none. And it's very important for us to recognize that love is often presented as a noun, but I would like to speak about the verb, to love. And to love, you must manifest the love that you have within yourself with contemplative action. And by that I mean there has to be evidence of that love in ways that people can appreciate the depth of it. And when I think about you, Your Holiness, first and foremost, I think about your incredible message, the message of peace, love, compassion, and also something that the world needs a lot more of, and that is interfaith dialogue and interreligious harmony. You have demonstrated the verb to love by giving lectures on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., in the British House of Parliament and the European Parliament, where you so eloquently advocated for humanitarian ideals, human rights, and fair international relations. Every year, this symposium attracts many serving ministers, parliamentarians, politicians, religious leaders, and other individuals who care about the ultimate mission of humanity, and that is to build a better world. You've taken, Your Holiness, a particular interest in alleviating the suffering of developing nations by helping them to improve their culture and facilitating access to food, clean water, and electricity. This is an example of what I mean when we talk about the verb to love. It is the embodiment of that which is truly beautiful about humanity. And you know, the great message that His Holiness brings to us, that makes us pause, is a message of hope, of optimism, of confidence, of sharing that which represents the very best of humanity. And all this is being done, why? As we collectively, as individuals, His Holiness will tell you, is that we must always hope for a better tomorrow. But more importantly, understand that we collectively, as a human race, have the responsibility to make it so. We cannot just contemplate and pray. We must go beyond that. Our prayers, our contemplations, our meditation needs to be followed up with actions that speak to the highest ideals of humanity. This year, it's been, Your Holiness, in this community, it has been an incredible, incredible year as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community here in Canada. To say that you have contributed to the well-being of this community is an understatement. You have been full partners. Your presence is felt every day, in every way, in the civic life of this great city of ours. This place is called Peace Village. It is called Peace Village because it represents that word in every single way, in every single definition of that word. It is a place where love conquers all our challenges. And this community has been a great example for many other communities to emulate. Let us just take a bit of time, because I'm so proud of this community, to talk to you about the notable Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaath initiatives. Your Holiness, Meet a Muslim Family, a campaign to build on our differences and unite Canadians across the country. Stop the Crisis, a large nationwide awareness campaign in the form of a unique, eye-opening production that consisted of live presenters and videos to counter the rise of youth radicalization. Je suis hijabi, a nationwide campaign to dispel the misconstrued notions surrounding the Muslim woman identity with a goal of challenging the stereotypes that exist about Muslim women. Fast with a Muslim Friend, a campaign to give Canadians a chance to experience an amazing feeling, something that Muslims consider very sacred in the Islamic month, fasting. A million pounds of food, a campaign to bring attention to the issue of hunger in Canada on a large scale, to make a real difference in the lives of less fortunate Canadians by working in collaboration with local charities to make an impact at the grassroots level. Your Holiness, thank you for turning the noun love into a verb to love.
Thank you, Your Worship. Our next.
No restriction in clapping. Those who want to appreciate somebody's,
We have just
if they want to applaud.
You want me to repeat the speech?
No?
You want me to repeat the speech?
Jazakallah for your graciousness, Hazur Anwar.
You would desire to repeat the speech, huh?
Our next guest, Hazur, is currently serving as a federal MP for the same riding of our headquarters. She's has a strong and loving relationship with the community. Recently, she spent all 3 days at our annual convention in UK, Jalsa Salana. Please welcome Deborah Schultz.
Assalamu alaikum. It's a real honor to be here with Your Holiness, with all of the Ahmadiyya community and its leaders, and all the guests gathered here today. My message is short. My message is really a message of thanks. I want to thank His Holiness very much for taking the time to come to Parliament Hill. He gave a wonderful speech with a message of course, love for all and hatred for none, focusing on religious tolerance around the world. He also included several suggestions on policy direction that we might want to take, and we very much appreciate the time that he took to share his wisdom with us. I also want to thank very much the National President, Mr. Lalkam Malik, for inviting me, as was already mentioned, to England. It was an amazing experience to go to the Jalsa there and meet many of the leaders, Ahmadiyya leaders around the world doing amazing work for humanity. And I just wanted to personally give thanks for that wonderful opportunity, where I also got to hear His Holiness give several speeches on very important topics, and again, focused on peace and love for all. For this community, I wanted to give thanks. You've already heard from the Mayor how important this community is to the City of Vaughan, and I want to personally thank every single one of the Ahmadiyya members who are outreaching in the community on a daily basis. They have helped the government integrate Syrian refugees. They have helped this community to raise funds for a hospital, and we will soon be starting that process and doing a groundbreaking, I understand, shortly. So I just really wanted to be here to say thanks. Thanks to His Holiness, thanks to the leadership of the community, especially with Mr. Lalkam Malik, and thanks to every single one of you that have made a difference in our community. You are a model for other communities to look at, see how can you reach out and be so critical to the success of the city. I also want to wish His Holiness a wonderful trip as he moves from here out west, spreading his message to the rest of Canada. Thank you very much.
Hazur, our last guest speaker is our local councillor for this very ward. She's always been available to us, assist us in any shape and form we need her. She has very lovingly has asked to present a gift to Hazur Anwar. Marilyn Ifrati.
I guess this is the first time I've met His Holiness here in home turf in the village of Maple in the city of Vaughan, and I'm extremely happy, extremely excited, and in fact most people will know that I'm probably the most ardent champion of this community, a community that speaks to love, speaks to tolerance, speaks to giving back to the community, which is very unique. And I am very, very proud that I have this honor today to be here in the 50th anniversary year of the Ahmadiyya community in the city of, in Canada. So I have a small token that I hope that His Holiness will be able to bring back with him to England, and basically it's a plaque which I'll bring over, and it's as many of you have seen, many of you are wearing the pin with the Ahmadiyyan logo for the 50th anniversary. It's presented to His Holiness in recognition of the 50th anniversary of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaath Canada from myself, October 2016, and to tie in this community with Canada, there's a limited edition silver coin, Canadian coin, that I felt was very much reflective of our ties together. So thank you.
It is a distinct honor and special privilege to introduce our eminent keynote speaker this evening. The world head of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaath, the fifth Khalifa, His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, may Allah be his helper. His Holiness is a prominent Muslim leader promoting peace and interreligious harmony. Through his sermons, books, and correspondence with world leaders, His Holiness advocates developing personal relationship with God and service to humanity. He promotes adherence to universal human values, a society based on true justice, and a separation of religion and state. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaath has tens of millions of members in over 200 countries. His Holiness guides his devout followers through his sermons and addresses that are carried across the globe via satellite broadcast service, MTA, in more than 12 languages to millions of viewers. As part of his global campaign to present the true, authentic face of Islam, His Holiness frequents countries of the world of varying economic and social tribes, be they from Japan to Ghana, Burkina Faso to Australia, Netherlands